Hello,
Hello.
Kelly. Welcome back for another episode.
Hello.
I'm excited for this one.
It's a good one.
Yes, today is a good one. We watched Scott Pilgrim versus the World, and that is an Edgar Wright movie who famously directed Hot Fuzz, Shaun of the Dead, Baby Driver.
And this film was assigned to us by two stunt coordinators and performers, Johnny and Claire. They are amazing people.
Great characters.
Yes, and their job is one of even we work in film, right? And we don't know a lot of stuff about stunts.
No. I don't personally. I've only been hired to shoot a lot of dramas and comedies, so I've never really had a heavy stunted film in my roster. Yeah.
Honestly, same here. And talking with these people, and I had the pleasure to meet with them during a workshop. They have been working amazing films. They did Captain America, the recent one. So they've done a lot of Marvel productions, which means doesn't matter if you like the movie or not, but the production value is big, so they can do things that independent production cannot do. So, what's your random fact?
Well, my random fact is based off of the movie. I think it's, if you are a fan of Scott Pilgrim, most people probably know this, but the musician Beck is responsible for writing a lot of the music in the movie for the band Sex Bomb or Sexo Bomb, whatever their name was called. Beck, who famously did I think Losers, his big, you would probably recognize his song Loser if you were to hear his music.
Oh, okay.
So that's my fun fact. So yeah, it's pretty cool.
I have a completely different fun
Yours
fact.
is super. Sometimes you need a completely different outside of the.
And it's not like a fun fact. It's kind of like a fact. I got into cinema therapy.
Okay.
And I'm certified now.
Yes.
Shameless plug. So there is this form of therapy that's called cinema therapy, and it actually learning about it, I realized, and they experts are talking about this, that storytelling is one of the most ancient forms of therapeutic. It has therapeutic properties.
Okay.
Like telling a story or a fairy tale or a folk tale.
Yeah.
And then there was bibliotherapy, it was with books.
Okay.
And now basically you can, your therapist can assign to you, or you can assign to yourself.
Yeah.
Kind of what we do in every episode, a film, and you can, in an objective way,
interesting.
follow the character and figure out their journey, and also through the character, through them, you can figure out things that you wanna, find solutions or get through, or let's say that you are grief is one of the issues that you're experiencing, and you find a movie that the character really resonates their journey with you.
Oh, interesting.
And
use it as a tool.
Yeah, and because you're doing this through an objective lens, you kind of you're healing or nurturing that part of you without being so attached to maybe a difficult situation or a difficult period of your time.
I mean, that makes sense. I think people tend to navigate towards film when they're feeling a certain way. I like to watch Amadeus, for example, when I'm not feeling great and I'm sad, and I like to watch Paper Moon, and I also like to watch Singing in the Rain and High Society when I'm feeling like I need a lift up. So
you see,
literally,
no,
it makes sense.
Our first episode was Paper Moon and Kung Fu Panda for me,
which were movies that we are our comfort movies.
Yeah,
interesting. Yeah.
You can really identify with the character. It doesn't have to be the perfect movie or whatever. You're really watching from the perspective that really resonates with you in any way.
Yeah, I like it. Yeah, fun. Use cinema to have therapy.
Yeah.
Another fun fact that might be good to share is that the Oscars announced that they're adding a category to their nominations, which is the stunt design category.
Oh, finally.
Which is interesting because we are interviewing
Wow!
So
finally, because the amount of things that this specific community of people do is another level.
It's nice to be recognized, although the Oscars, the Oscars are the Oscars, but it is cool to be recognized.
Okay, so
Well, welcome to Creative Olives. Thanks for being with us today.
Thank you for having us.
Of course. You guys want to introduce yourselves, your names, and what you do?
Ladies first.
Oh my god, thank you. Hi, my name's Claire Hoogenboom. I'm a stunt woman and stunt coordinator. I've been working pretty consistently for about like, oh my god, I think it's been like 8 years now.
Yeah.
Congrats.
wow.
Awesome.
It's been a minute, yeah.
Wonderful.
Time sure flies, huh?
She's very young as well, so.
Very young,
Yes,
very
exactly.
skinny, very pretty, thank you, very talented.
Yes, exactly. Hi, my name is Johnny. I'm a stunt performer and stunt coordinator as well, and have been doing for close to a decade as well.
Wow.
Yeah.
So how do you guys start like getting into this world? And
My
how
mom,
do you meet?
my mom gave me a birth first.
Holy moly.
I can't stand you.
I love this song. This is how everything.
And-
Oh, you mean my career started?
I-
Okay. I started. I was growing up doing martial arts all the time.
Oh, okay.
So
What type?
back in, I was born and raised in China. I was
Okay.
doing mostly kung fu wushu stuff in the school, and then since I moved to United States, doing mostly jeet kune do or judo, Brazilian jiu-jitsu, and Western martial arts.
Oh wow.
And in college, I was BA in theater, so still performing based as well. And back in 2017, 18, somewhere there, one Luke Cage season 2 was filming in New York City, and then our coordinators was putting out like, hey, we need extra performers, Asian performers for the scene, and like send me an email stuff, and I got lucky, I got tapped in that show. So
Oh, wow.
yeah, Luke Cage season 2
That's
called
cool.
Mad Million,
And when did you move?
2019.
Nice. And after that, any other projects that we might know?
Captain America. Hopefully, everyone still go to theater watch it.
Yeah, I pretend I haven't seen your IMDb.
Yeah.
So what about you, Claire?
I grew up as a horseback rider. I competed at a pretty high level. I didn't do any martial arts until I started doing stunts. I actually started a little bit in New York too because I was working as a production assistant on Daredevil.
Oh,
Shout out, season 2
wow.
almost killed me.
Why?
Oh my god, it was 6 months of overnights as a PA
Oh,
in the middle of New York winter.
I'm so sorry.
That's
Thank
fun.
you.
That is
Yeah,
horrible.
Thank you.
That is horrible. Yeah.
It was it was wild. I think the day we wrapped, I think I threw up like 22 times, and my dad was like, "All right."
22 times.
20. I counted. It was so bad, and like I don't get sick, y'all.
Yeah.
Like I'm fucking Wolverine. Oh, I don't know if I'm allowed
Yeah.
to swear, but I'm Wolverine out here. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like that doesn't happen to me.
Oh
My
God.
body really rejected it. But I was put a lot with the stunt people, and I was watching them, and I was like, you know, I really think I could do. I think I could do this. Like I'm pretty sure I could do this. And you know, like stunt guys, like you know, people get a little gatekeepy, and they're just like, nah, it's so hard, and I'm just like, no. What I'm doing is hard.
Yeah.
This is hard. And you know what? And stunts is hard, but you know, after Daredevil season 2, I moved to LA in 2017 or 2018, and then you know, I just trained really hard. I picked up a lot of martial arts. I started doing Taekwondo. I started doing Judo. My base is in Eskrima, so Filipino stick fighting. And, you know, I learned how to trick and tumble and drive and shoot and edit. And here we are.
It's very cool.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
And when did you meet on set?
Johnny and I met at 87.
So yeah, back
Yeah.
in 2019.
Actually, this is a good story. Remember he did it? Johnny's like a
Yeah.
black belt in Judo.
Oh wow.
But he was wearing a white belt, and I think I was paired with him. And I was like, who is this fucking guy?
Oh my god.
And I just thought he was like another like little white belt, like who doesn't know anything.
You're like, I'm about to whoop his ass.
No, literally, because like I thought I was that girl. Like I didn't know anything. I couldn't move for shit. And like I really thought I was the one. Like
Yeah.
he talked about it with me years later. He was like,
Yeah.
you really thought I was a white belt? And I was like, yeah.
Well, I mean, it was a place that everyone went in, and then I don't know what rank I should be wearing it
Yeah.
until you know I've been proven, I guess.
Yeah.
And also it was let's just say it's not like judo specific dojo. It's more like
Movie judo.
yeah, it's a movie
Yeah,
judo,
movie
but
judo.
so I don't know what's the rule, you know, to
Oh,
engage
Oh,
with.
interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, I see.
When did you move to the States?
2009
Okay.
February, around like Valentine's Day.
Okay, so
Yeah,
you've
I
been
remember. I
there
remember. I remember.
around
Yeah.
Valentine's Day. Okay, nice.
No.
Because I remember first day back in it went to high school and then it was like all red. And it had
Oh, yeah.
the school decorated with a lot of hearts. I'm like, oh, you know,
That's
Yeah.
American people are very nice to welcoming an immigrant to the States.
Johnny
It's
thought
so
that
many
was
hearts, you know. Girls ask me if you want to buy a flowers, you know,
Oh my
or do you
God.
like
You thought it was a welcome parade for you?
yeah, exactly, yeah.
I love it.
Or like covered strawberry chocolate thing, you know.
Oh
it's
my
like,
god.
"Aw."
You were like, this is the best jam.
Yeah.
See, Johnny thought he was that girl too.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. The year after, I'm like, oh, that's school activities, call me that. Okay.
For someone, let's say someone doesn't know anything about stunts, what's the difference between stunt coordinator, stunt performer, or any other details that you can like enlighten us?
So for stunt department, you will be mostly have stunt coordinators,
Mm-hmm.
who is the leaders of the entire team. From the stunt department, you know, the person who overlook the safety of the stunts and coordinating everyone's who involved in the stunts, and sometimes, you know, helping second unit directors or first unit directors about what's the scene about, and then how's the safeties need to be concerned, and then, you know, budget and everything else. And under
Oh wow, they talk about budget?
yes.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
It's like a whole thing.
Yes.
We're like our like stunts is so interesting because it's like the one department like yeah, it's like any other department, like there's a budget and like
Oh, I didn't
it's a
think of
whole
that.
but it's like it's interesting because it is such like a little microcosm because we're the only department that interacts with every other department because we have to talk to camera, we have to talk to wardrobe about safety, we have to talk to props about making rubbers and breakaways and all that kind of stuff. We have to know where the grips and electric are gonna put their stuff so we know like where we can fight, where we can't fight, where's gonna be safe. It's something people don't like, and then like we're in there for previs, which is basically making the fight before the fight is actually filmed, and like we're just making a little movie like within the movie.
Also depends on, you know, the budget of the film or
Yeah.
how is the scene of the stunts required. Sometimes previous, sometimes not. But coordinators do overlook that, hey, you know, if the actor or stunt performers need to hit something, can we get the breakaways? All these need to be overthinking that as well. Or reminding, sometimes first ADs pick up like, hey, we need a breakaway this. But sometimes coordinators will need to reminding people like, hey, you know, this need to be blooded, is it another one?
Yeah.
But it's just a lot of planning as well.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And then you know, performers are the guys who just show up and you know we do kind of
Do the shit.
do the shit, do
Do
what
the
we're told.
beep, 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 beep.
Yeah, karate, you know what
Yes.
I'm saying? And, you know, within that, we have, like, fight coordinators who are the guys in charge of putting together and designing all of the fights and shooting the previs. And then, like, sometimes if the show is big enough, there's assistant coordinators who, you know, just help with the hiring process and go to meetings. And the department can get, like, pretty expansive depending on the show.
Yeah. And also, then also you're talking about if the person needs to be rigged up, so we have a stunt rigger.
Oh.
well.
And then they'll have a key rigger who's basically the coordinator of the rigging department.
Oh, that's true.
And then if you have fire, water, and the cars,
Special
that's
effects.
more and more.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's not specific special effects, but it's still we need to working on if you do a fire burn on the
You need the
performer,
liquid, the whatever.
but that's under stunt department,
No.
not under special effects.
It used to be
Oh.
under special effects,
No,
right?
no.
No? It used to, at one point,
used to,
special
yes.
effects was doing
Yes.
stunts.
But a lot of stunt coordinators not prefer that it's
No, yeah, it's not a thing anymore.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's under stunts.
that
only.
makes sense
It
because
makes more
you're
sense,
responsible for the safety of
Yes.
I was also not sure if anybody who does VFX understands the caliber of setting yourself on fire. And
It would be special effects.
Special
special
effects.
effects.
Yeah,
Yeah,
That would be crazy.
Yeah,
There's
like-
like a VFXers out here like, all right, let's get the fire bill. Let's AI this. It's been great. Perfect. Money.
Don't get too close to my green screen.
Yeah, exactly. Right, we're just gonna green screen this, right? Yeah. No, we can do it in post. It'll be great.
Because like for Action Factory, which is the specialized in fire, is one of their specialized skill sets, I would say. And they have a very specific programs or procedures about fire safeties. So like, hey, since you can't really talk, what's the positions means like put the fire out, or like da 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 da. Like it's just a lot of things. So sometimes it's safer just using the stunt team for fire safeties.
That makes absolutely sense, especially underwater. Also, you have to have a special communication.
Yeah.
Or yeah.
Yeah, no, there's a lot that goes into it, and that's why, like, whenever I meet someone who's like, I think I'd be really good at stunts, I'm crazy, I'll do anything. And I'm like, whoa, no, homie, I won't do I'm not doing nothing. I have a lot of questions.
Yeah.
I have questions about what you're asking me to do, you know what I mean?
It's like we talked about a little bit earlier. It's like these days, we have more thoughts into stunts for films, that it's not like a back early stage, it's more cowboy. Like,
it's not just like snort a line and go jump off a building anymore. You know what I mean? Like this is.
And no more take two, just one take. Ooh, I'm done.
Yeah, let's go to the bar.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But nowadays, like, hey, like you said, people say, hey, I want to do stuff. Cool. Can you hit the floor 15 times? With no complaining.
In the exact same spot with the exact same way. It's very choreographed. It's very rehearsed and.
Very choreographed. It's a dance. I was talking to Johnny earlier, and I was saying that I've had the luxury of working with stunt coordinators and
luxury.
I mean
it is a luxury.
in indie, it's like we get stunts like a lot of times we don't get someone, and it's very scary. But when we do, what's really fun is watching you guys do your thing. I was like, it looks like you're dancing. Like it literally looks like you're dancing either with a partner or you're dancing on your own in this moment, and it's really fascinating to watch the process, because it's honestly, to me, it does feel like you guys are dancers and artists, like choreographing and knowing where you're gonna step, where you're gonna go. I mean, sometimes like things happen and you have to go with the flow, but with a lot of I feel like fight scenes especially, like it's insane how precise you guys can get, and like watching that is mind-blowing.
And going off of that, you said something very important I wanted to ask you. When you get the scene or the film or whatever, the show, it feels like you are responsible for a lot of parts of it. So where do you put your actual talent? Like, do you have can you talk with the director and be like, you know what, I believe this needs to be like this because this helps the story this way? Or
that's so dependent on your relationship with the director and who you are. Like some guys can definitely probably go in there, I'd say, and make some suggestions, but a lot of the time, like on Captain America, we didn't
that's more because of studio controlled of so it's very case by case, I would say. But
like on the Marvel movies, like you take what they give you, like you read the scene and then you just you create it. Like they want that. Like they want to see what you come up with, because like we'll send them a previs and then they'll probably get an idea off of it, they'll get inspired, and then we'll come back and we'll make those changes and we'll just keep reshooting that thing until they're happy.
Oh,
but
so you literally directing the the action.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean that's why you hire people who know how to shoot action.
Also, sometimes just depends on relationship or case by case. Just like Cleo was saying, if this is something you think the character would do in the fight, and sometimes director or even producer will be like, oh, we actually didn't think about it. We might change towards that as well. Just really case by case.
Of course, because fighting and action and all of that. So you're like, okay, this character might do a backflip. I don't know, I'm just saying something. Might do a backflip because this is how they...
I mean, we do have sometimes come up previous, be like, this is cool, from producer notes, be like, this is cool, but too much, let's cut.
Yeah.
I mean, that happens most of the time.
Yeah.
Like, honestly though, if I want to say you something, I'm going to go big.
Yeah.
Because I can always dial it back. I never want my note to be like, hey, can you give me a little more, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, I'm going to put that H-twist triple cork in there, and they might be like, no, but like, love the enthusiasm.
Yeah.
What's a funny memory moment on set while you were doing stunts or coordinating?
I got the very boy funny part. One of our
I like that he laughs
Yeah.
before he says this.
I know, this is gonna be good.
So because of him told us the story, were you there?
Which story?
So that's why I have an extra pair of underwear.
Oh, I know that story!
Okay, interesting. We're getting somewhere.
We have a friend who shit his pants on a wire gag, and
It was on a Taco Tuesday,
yeah.
and then it was on a wire gag. So he was in the mid ear, but like not mid ear, but like prepping on the top on the wire. But you know, I guess the catering wasn't doing so much good job that day.
No.
No.
Yes.
No,
So
That's actually
so
really
after that
interesting,
story, yeah. But for that story, I just like great. I'm gonna have an extra pair of
Pair of
undies.
Just in case.
You know, I learned that story because I straight up told him, I'm like, y'all, I'm so scared I'm gonna shit my pants on a wire. And he was like, you know, I've actually done that. And I was like, it's like, oh.
You're like, okay.
I have questions though. So it happened because like they didn't have like a feeling before. It just like
You know, sometimes you
That's
just.
true.
sometimes
I
happens.
think it was the detail we wasn't going to ask him about it.
But
I
like-
mean, a little bit TMI,
like-
but
like it was
it
like
could be. Yeah.
wasn't he moving a lot? That's why it happened. It was like very
You really
food
want the
poisoning.
details.
Yeah, I
You're
know.
really.
I mean, honestly, though, if it has to do with poop, you kind of.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, yeah.
If you have diarrhea, you gotta go.
You gotta go. You gotta go.
And
Shit
like he
happens.
was
Yeah. No, I was just gonna ask, like, if there's ever been a time where you guys have had to say no, like, you know, because I think you guys are always in the line of danger, and like, you know, sometimes directors or producers, you know, are kind of blinded by their pursuit of their movie, and wondering if you've ever been in that position and like how you handle it, and like,
Oh, that's a great question.
you know,
So I'm gonna answer this just from a, I don't know if like from a performer perspective. I've been really fortunate that actually I have had to say no on like a couple of indies, but I'll answer this in two parts.
yeah,
So as a performer, I've been really lucky that I've worked for only really amazing, safe people. I will say, you do have to put up boundaries, especially like as a fight performer, because like I think sometimes people, especially when they come from martial arts, are used to communicating in a very harsh way, and it's like, why aren't you doing this thing that I just showed you right now exactly how I wanted you to do it, and they speak very harshly to you, and you know, it just creates a ball of frustration. And I've learned that no, and like speaking up for yourself and saying, hey, you're giving me too many notes right now, there's too many people talking to me, like really advocating for yourself in situations where like, you know, you're kind of shutting down and not really giving it your best because it's just too much. Like I've had to straight up be like, hey, like with like big coordinators, I've had to be like, hey, like there's too many notes right now, like you guys need to give me a few minutes to learn this because I'm not a robot, I'm a human being. Or like, no, I actually need a walkthrough, or no, can like I see where camera's going. Like that kind of stuff is really important because especially when you haven't worked with people, like then like you don't really know how they work, like, and you're just kind of learning them and they're sort of just doing their thing. Right. They don't really realize like you're in your own world sometimes. What is going on right now? You know what I mean? And so for me, like I had a really great stuntman director once say, it's better to look stupid, like you better to look stupid once. Yeah. So like I'll over ask questions, and I know sometimes it annoys people, but I've been in a bunch of situations earlier in my career where like because they didn't ask a stupid question to clarify, like things kind of got really sideways, or I didn't speak up for myself, and I just won't abandon myself like that anymore. Even if it makes me difficult to work with, or you don't like me, like I really don't care. So I was coordinating this indie, and my homegirl was like, all right, it's just a fake stair fall. The actor's just gonna fly out of frame, and they're gonna cut to the bottom, and she's gonna do like a little roll. It's gonna be great. And I was like, all right, cool. She did stair fall 11. The director comes over, and she's like, so, how are we gonna do this stair fall? And I'm like, oh, homie, you don't have a double. Yeah. This is marble stairs with like a glass panel on the side. Like, we're not doing a stair fall. Yeah. Like, there's no stair fall. And it's like stuff like that where you just have to like, and like I've worked on my bedside manner, but sometimes you do really have to just be like, no.
Yeah.
Like
For your protection.
Yeah.
yeah, I'll
And
be
for
like,
others.
yeah, like just very plainly like, no, I'm really sorry. I don't know
Right.
in what world you thought there was gonna be your actress like hurtling downstairs. I mean, if you have an extra G or two, I'll do it. But
Yeah.
you know, like I sell my body for money. Just
Yeah.
like, you know. you got that daily rate. I might just do it. Easy, no problem. It'll be like a little baby stair fall too, and you'll think it's amazing. So I've watched my coordinators take over sets from
Yeah.
directors and become the first AD and the director. Like it's amazing. We're just the babysitters.
It's like a lot of time we don't say no,
Yeah.
but at the same time we say no, but at the same time we offering solutions.
You're right. Right.
Yeah.
So
right.
we don't say no for the sake of we don't want to do it.
Right.
One is why, right?
Yeah.
Like if you see the frame, you know, we don't follow you the staircase going down. Why do you need to do the staircase?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's valid.
Yeah.
And it's like
I mean, it happens a lot of times. Like, great, we got the shots, and your stunt performer fought very hard.
Yeah.
This shot, we didn't see our stunt performer just went off the frame.
Really?
Yeah.
This happens
all
all
the time, dude. All the time, we're like, oh man, I really hope this guy makes it in the edit.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like, and it's not that we don't want to do our job. That's what I'm saying. If
Yeah,
that
yeah, yeah.
Hoogenboom had like an extra G, you better believe I would have
Yeah.
fallen, thrown myself down some stairs. There's no one who wants to do
Yeah.
stunts more than a stunt person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But mostly, you know, the no is mostly like, why?
Right. What's
What's the reasons
What's
behind
the
it?
reason? Right.
Tell us a little bit about what it actually means to do stunts. Like, you guys need to do a lot of preparation, a lot of exercise, or what, like dieting. What's your routine a little bit? Because a lot of people say, oh, stunts. Okay, it's not that simple. It's not like this day I showed up and I was ready to do stunts.
You know, I think it's different for everybody. Like, if you came in and you're an amazing martial artist, like, you don't have to, you have to still train performance. Because, like, really, we're just, like, if you're going to be a fight person, you're just an actor who's really good at moving. You know, people really don't understand that. It just kind of depends on what you want to do. I think I've trained a lot in my career because I realized as a woman, you know, most of our opportunities are in doubling. And if I wanted to get on those big shows, like for the most part, I was gonna have to be a lead fight double.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, and you know, and I've been lucky. I've gotten to be part of fight teams. Like I've gotten more opportunities just because I was like, you know, I want to film and edit. I want to drive. Like I really tried to make myself a very well-rounded stunt person. But I think, you know, now that I'm a little bit further along in my career, I still, you know, perform. Like we still practice. We still do like our shorts. I think, you know, since we're older, we do more expansive things. We don't just go to the park and shoot fights. We do actual shorts. But like, I mean, at the moment, you know, I think, especially after the strike, I sort of really took some time to focus on myself as well. And like lately, I've just been like doing a lot of jujitsu and competing, and that's like, I don't know. I keep my skills sharp, but like I've also really tried to do things that make me happy too, because like my life is not just my career.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, also I would say that, you know, the way I see stunt currently is, I was talking to my friend the other day, it's like entrepreneurship.
Oh.
It's literally you working for yourself in a way, that, but at the same time you're still seeing this as a business. So in a way, you know, different entrepreneur can be successful, then they can say that's the way how you should make it, right? But you know, there's so many entrepreneurs these days.
Yeah.
They make their ways, they own their ways. So we can't. There's no really textbook way of how you become the stunt performers. But there is one. But at the same time, that's, you know, if you somehow, you know, have a, you know, Bradley Cooper's face, and then you have some good movement, sure, your career might be going a little bit faster.
Yeah, and like, I don't know, sometimes you're just the vibe hire.
Yes, exactly, yes.
Like sometimes people are just like, I like that guy. He can't move for shit, but you know, I want to hang out with him.
Yes.
That's been my goal lately, actually, yo. I just want to be the vibe hire. Like, just hire me to hang out and like roll with me. You know what I mean?
I mean, that's nice. I think that.
I like it. I'm like, yeah, I know. Like, I'll take a hard hit if you really want me to, or we can like hang out and I don't know.
Yeah.
Like I'll just be a nice person to be around on set. Like I'll get you coffee. Like yeah.
You
I'm happy to do whatever.
You make it sound that it's something that You know, it sounds for you, I'm assuming it's something very like everyday thing that you do. But what do you do to protect yourself when you're like falling down or you're on fire or you're diving a car or whatever?
Be good at it. Don't suck. like people are like, oh god, and I'm like, no, I am so confident in my falls. Like I'll go toe to toe with anybody. Like I am very good at falling, and like that's just something I like. I don't know. I'm just a horseback rider. It's something I practice, but like it's like you just have to like practice to the point where like I know you're that confident in your driving and your like you know like you just have to like be on your shit if you want to not hurt yourself. You know, like accidents happen. I've seen like with wires. I'd say.
Yeah.
Wires?
You know, like I've seen great performers get hurt on like rigging like wire gags.
Oh, it seems like rigging has a lot of issues. Like people sitting themselves.
There's just a lot of risk.
It's more elements need to be controlled.
Yeah.
So sometimes it's really hard to control. So.
I mean, funny enough, the highest rate of deaths on set, not that that's funny, but is camera operators and not the stunt department.
Really?
Yeah. Stunt, they know what they're doing.
Yeah, like that's
you know, like
it's a head on a swivel. You know what I mean?
Wow.
I mean, they're getting. You guys are. I'm assuming you're getting into this knowing that this is what it's going to be. So there's like a lot of things that you can do to make it look worse, but it actually.
I think you're
No,
just
you have to learn the rule in order to bend the rule,
Yeah.
but still safety first.
So
right?
Yeah.
So
I'm
Jenny's
sorry.
covered.
Yeah.
That's your tagline. I love it.
Yeah.
Say it one more. I really like it.
Huh?
Say one more the phrase. I really like that tagline.
You like the tagline?
Yeah.
Say it again.
You have to learn the rule in order to bend the rule.
Wow.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow. I love it.
Fusions, right?
Write it down.
Wait.
Yeah, exactly.
That's exact. But yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, because a lot of times people that they're not in this business or they don't know, they don't realize that the most important part of it is the safety part.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing this is the first thing you learn: how to fall, how to protect yourself, how to
It's
know
also-
how to like jump.
Well, that's why
It's
us
awareness,
as
though.
Yeah.
fighters also like that's why we train a lot of time on in fighting back then or now. That it's just like making ourselves more comfortable of the skill set, just like you said. You know, whatever it builds up your confidence of the skill set, so that on set they'll be like, hey, can you do this a little bit more? Or because film wise, every situations are different, right? So in order to get a little bit more on the spot or doing stuff differently than you normally do, then your strong training background will help you. Doesn't matter fighting, driving, motorcycles, or other things.
Right.
It's all the same. You know?
Yeah, it's experience.
Well, it's just in life too. Like it's all intention. Like how you do one thing's how you gonna do everything. If you train
Right.
like shit, you're gonna fall like shit on. Like it's not gonna get better when they yell action. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And like that's something I really thought about because
Probably getting worse after your action.
yeah, it's probably that's only going down. It's a downhill ride.
Yeah, it's like, action, 1 second, that's 10 grand right there.
Yeah.
Ah,
I
that's
didn't-
20 grand right there. You know, like don't fuck this up. You
Yeah,
know.
no fucking yeah. It's
Yeah.
not. It's
Little
it's
more
not gonna
pressure
get better
as well.
with 100 people watching you, and you know the director like sitting back there at Video Village like, oh man, this stunt guy better not like, like, you know what I mean? So yeah, it's so much about confidence is such a big part of this in this business, I'd say.
So okay, speaking about movies, let's talk about the movie that we were assigned to watch.
Okay.
So first question, we always ask that question: why you chose that movie?
Scott Pilgrim's just one of those movies. Like I love Edgar Wright style.
Okay.
I love action. I love comedy. I care so much more about being funny than I do about being serious. Like, and it's just so good, man. The way they did the fight, it's just so good.
I think it's one of the good movie that the action served the purpose with stories and characters, and rather than just purely for the reason of actions.
Oh, okay.
And it's one of those movies where it's like they do choreo for it, but it's so good.
Yeah.
Like they're doing like And it's because it's not just fight beats. It's like it goes back to gags. Like the wire stuff they do is it's crazy. It's super
What do you
creative.
mean by wire?
Like when they rig us, like when they hook us onto wires. Like it's not just like a million beats of choreo. They got really creative. The way it's shot is really cool. Like it's so anime inspired, and like I truly believe that the best medium for action is actually like animated.
Yeah.
Don't. I mean, I still love my job and shit. Don't tell nobody that, okay?
Animation it's a magic world. It's a different thing.
Yeah, but like when I kind of like started learning how to fight, I would watch like anime to get like cool pose ideas, to get movement ideas, and I still do. But I think
interesting.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, like even for shooting, like you could like that Inuyasha shot. Like how many times has that motorcycle slide been copied?
Yeah.
It feels like the way they shot it is very anime inspired.
Yeah.
Brad Allen, R.I.P. to the late great Brad Allen, coordinated it and designed it, and actually he did a lot of the Matthew Vaughn movies too. Yeah, he did like, and Matthew Vaughn's another one that I just love. I love, like that would have been a second choice of mine. Like any Matthew Vaughn movie. Like the Kingsman, like Argo was great, guys.
Oh, okay.
Like it's just
sorry?
Argo. Like they
It
just
has Henry Cavill in it.
so high.
I haven't watched Argo?
Argyle.
Argyle.
Yeah.
Like it gets a little out there, but like I don't know, man. I like out there stuff. I like things that are different. I love.
You like what you like.
Yeah, but like you want to give me some gun fu and like jiu-jitsu, like I'm also super into that too.
Okay.
But that's why I chose this movie. I just think it's really the inspirations for it feel like stuff that I get inspired for in my own filmmaking and my own movement.
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah, because it's all about movement.
It's hilarious.
Also, like for that movie's time period when it came out,
So ahead of its time.
It's
100%.
one
That's
that's also like it's so different than the rest of the other action films or even martial arts specific films. So I think it was a good choice.
I think if it came out today, it would do way better in the box office than it did in 2010. Because in 2010, it did not hit its numbers, which is too bad.
No, which is crazy because it was so dope, dude.
Yeah.
I don't know. We really got on this realism kick, and we're on a realism kick right now.
Yeah.
And like
Because of AI.
yeah, like for me, I don't know, man. Give me the martial arts.
Yeah.
Like, give me like find a way to like make that part of your story. You know, like. I'm a really big fan of cool stuff. Like sometimes stunts really is just about looking cool, and sometimes it's about story. You know what I mean? But you do have to be mostly story driven.
This one, it was very, what's the word? Stylized for a specific way. Like, I mean, he's a filmmaker known for his like editing techniques and all that.
like the quick cuts, the quick zooms. It's funny.
It is funny, yeah.
It's good. Oh, there's so many good transitions.
Yeah. Oh my god.
The transitions in that movie are bananas.
Yeah, the transitions.
It's like watching a real movie but animated.
Yeah.
Style.
Well, that's the thing.
Wow, yes.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like the anime influence is like, it's.
Well, it's funny because I was telling Kelly earlier, it feels like, as somebody who enjoys graphic novels, watching that movie, I feel like I read a graphic novel, or I was watching a graphic novel. Yeah, and it is
a graphic novel, right?
Yeah, it's based on a graphic novel, which is crazy because you really get to keep that essence without it getting too cheesy and it's really a movie that's just fun to be fun.
Yeah.
Too.
Yeah.
One of the things that I was reading about earlier is that I guess Edgar Wright was talking about the way he structured this movie was like a musical, except instead of breaking into music, you're breaking into fights.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought that was
Genius.
amazing. I was like,
Genius.
absolutely.
Yeah, I've read that too. Like I've seen that interview, and yeah, dude, that's like I could never.
Yeah.
You know what? Sometimes like someone says something, you're like, damn, I could.
Yeah.
It's like Tom Cruise making me feel like a babysitter. I'm like, I guess I'm not creative. I'm just the guy who falls down. You know, I don't know.
But you know what? Like art produces more art, creates more. It's an inspiration.
Yeah.
It's also showed us that you can do it.
Yeah.
What do you think was the process for this? Because it's not like the regular let's fight and let's make it realistic. Which for me, when I started, like I remember we had to do an assignment on like fighting. And the editor, our professor who had, she told us, you need actually to have a sound effect of everything. Now, and she told us, in real world, you cannot hear these things.
Yeah.
But in film, you need it, otherwise it doesn't sell. So this one, it was like a stunt, but not like a realistic stunt. So what do you think was the process behind it?
I'm sure Edgar Wright had a very specific vision.
Yeah.
Like in terms of like this, like obviously the style and the sound.
Well, also like Brian is from like Jackie Chan background, so
Yeah.
it's a lot of rhythm specific, and there's a few of stunt coordinators we knew that love pick the music for the fight before shooting the fight as well.
Oh
Yeah,
wow.
Yeah, like
That's
and so
like
so
an
that,
editor's thing, or like it's when
yeah,
you
it's kind of like a good fight. Is when you close the eyes, when you just listen to all the fight beats, you can still can see the fight.
Wow, I didn't think of that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so that it has to have a specific rhythm for it. Yeah.
Right.
Well, that goes back to the musical feeling too, because even
Yeah.
the dialogue in that movie is so rhythmic. Like the lines within the fight are like da 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 no da da da.
Yeah.
What's the best part of the film? The best scene or moment?
What's your favorite fight in the movie? The vegan fight's really funny.
Oh, that one's
This is
great.
what I was gonna say. The vegan fight for me, it was like in the beginning, I was like, what is happening? Vegan, and then the payoff at the end is the funniest thing.
It's so funny. Yeah.
The Vegan Academy.
The
came
Vegan
to
Academy
take
guys.
Vegan, yeah.
From vegan.
Yeah.
The girl fight's great.
Yeah.
It's
yeah,
a
that
great
was cool.
like
Using Michael.
Yes,
Yeah.
that was very clever.
it's a great like over the top, but not over the top fight.
Yes.
Yeah.
But it's just fun and still.
And the gags are very Jackie Chan like inspired too. Like
Yeah.
that whole thing where she uses him as a shield.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
that's such a Jackie thing.
Like you said, the girl fight. I've read like a couple of years ago how especially female characters are portrayed, like Black Widow, that they fight with like this specific, I don't know what's the word, a kick or whatever, instead of like how male, characters fight.
So I can actually speak on this
Yes,
as a
that's
female
why-
stunt
yeah.
performer. So, I would say my performance style, I'm very, like, one of my strengths is I'm very aggressive, but I also have gotten the note that I move like a man. Which I don't mind because I do real combat
What
sports.
does that mean?
They like a lot of women come from dance backgrounds and
Oh.
wushu, and they want, and it's something I've really had to work on, looking more feminine, putting my shoulders down, being a little bit more graceful, because while I'm very aggressive and I'm clean and I really like how I move, like you really do have to adapt to the character, and a lot of the time, especially for, I don't know, a character like Black Widow, it's very sexy. Like,
Right.
and something someone did tell me, which was interesting, they're like, what you do in the middle of the fight doesn't really matter. It's how you start it and how you end it.
Oh.
So I'm always really intentional about like my beginning pose and my ending. And it's gotten much easier as I've trained because, I've gone to dance class. Like, again, I'm someone with no movement background. So like when I started stunts, I really had to learn how to like connect with my body in that way. And it's been interesting. But in general, like people do get very stuck on like a vision of what a feminine fighter is supposed to be. And I get it, it can be a lot of dancey, like, and a lot of actresses want to look feminine too. And I get that. Like it can be a lot of spinny stuff, a lot of like split kicks and things like that. And you just have to adapt, you know what I mean?
Also, most of unfortunately, the animated or graphic novel female characters are over sexualized. So
Yeah,
that
like
also- they have to like maintain their IP, I guess. But it's sometimes for me it gets too of the same thing. Like do something else.
yeah, like sometimes I just want to watch a girl beat some ass. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Sometimes the note is just, and like what I kind of figured out for myself is it's just really moving more fluidly and not so much like sexy. And as long as you can kind of sell that beginning and that end beat, like that's really what that means. But it's also like up to you to kind of interpret what people want.
It's like it's a weird because nowadays more and more female performer in the industry as well. Because back then, like early 2000s, it's like a male doubles females, right?
Yeah.
So, but now
Oh,
more.
really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All the time. Oh, you go watch the old Power
It's
Rangers.
really funny
Yeah.
to watch. It's always been a very male-dominated
Yeah.
world.
Yes.
Like
Yeah.
form
But
of
I
art.
think it's like slowly. It's like there's a few how do you say it? Like it's getting better of how to using the how. It's a balance thing, right?
Yeah.
It's like how not to look feminist and at the same time presenting the feminist.
Yeah.
It's this that's the balance part. Sometimes it's a little bit too much one-sided,
Yeah.
but I
Like-
think it's getting slowly better and better of what this character suits better of the fight and stuff. So
And sometimes it's just fighting style too. Like,
Yeah.
like I'm 5'4" and I'm 115. Like I'm not gonna be punching the crap out of a 6'2", 220-pound guy. You know what I
it
mean?
doesn't make sense.
Like it makes no sense. I'm gonna have to, cut angles. I'm gonna have to attack legs. Like I'm gonna have to probably use jujitsu and more grounds. It doesn't just mean like put your shoulders down and stick your ass out.
Exactly.
Depends on the character. If I'm Supergirl, hell yeah, I'm gonna punch him. It's gonna be amazing. I'll be One Punch Man that day. But
So it has to do with the story at the end of the day.
yeah, it's all comes down to story, dude.
Most people probably don't care what they look like if they're in a real fight. So
Exactly.
it's an interesting thing to design, I guess, in film.
Well, we live in a visual business, so
Yeah.
if it doesn't look good, if it doesn't look cool, then it's boo boo. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It means nothing.
Yeah.
Do you think this movie did a great job with that? I kind of feel it did, but
This movie back in 2010,
Yes.
around that period, is like we said before that it's a little bit over the time itself, because back then, the storytelling of like females, or like character wise, it's not the way Brad Allen designed the fight like that.
But wait, what was the question?
if
was
the
just
movie
new
does a good job with that, for female and male characters or in between.
I mean, I think it's great.
That
That girl fight's. Oh my god.
That was a dog, yeah.
Yeah, that sounded like a demon.
Yeah.
I know. I was like, Johnny, you're gonna have to go say that.
Yeah. It's like, go.
Yeah, Johnny Wang.
Pick up cameras, follow me.
Johnny Wang, get them poly sticks out of your car. Go do some judo. I heard you're a white belt.
I'm gonna shooting 90 minutes of horror film.
This turns into a practice fight.
Yeah, exactly.
World star. No, I think it's great. The girl fight, like they are a little bit sexy. There's like, what was the weapons? One has the mallet, the other has the things.
Yeah.
And like the whole thing was like they were in a relationship, so like that's the story, right? So it was a little bit more playful and sexy, and like there's a lot of spinny stuff. There's a really really cool like over the head shot where she does like an A twist or something. Yeah. So it's really cool, and like that kind of stuff. Like I think it's great, but like it didn't look dancey to me, and that's what I don't like. Like I don't like I want to believe that this girl is actually fighting somebody. And
Exactly.
like if it looks too weak, like strength is very important to me. Like I'll sacrifice a little bit of dancer elegance to make it look like I punched somebody,
Yeah.
I think when you fight, you fight.
What's it like working with an actor and having them be in their fights and choreographing with them? Like, what's that relationship look like, and what does that entail? Is it fun? Not fun?
It's great. It's not my movie. My job is literally to serve the vision of the director, and they want to use the actors. That's who's selling the movie.
Yeah.
So if we can get Scarlett Johansson to look amazing, and we don't have to use her double, fantastic.
Yeah.
Perfect. Then I've done my job like 1,000 times fold. And it's fun. I love teaching people. I love watching them improve. I love like building their confidence, doing things that like they don't think that they can do because they see us do it. And they're like, oh, that's so hard. I'm like, no, babe, you're going to take like a step, you're going to spot, and like you're going to have done a 360-degree turn. And we love that, and it's
So you have actors that they really want to do their own stunts.
I feel like I haven't run into that many. I don't know if I've run into a couple actors who weren't into it, but for the most part, I would say actors.
It's a lot of time is a trust building.
Yeah.
Let them like trusting us that can helping them. Because by the end of the day, like you said, it's making the dream of the visions come true, right?
Yeah.
So for us, the same time, we are trying to helping improving the vision better.
Yeah.
We are not trying to make you look worse than
Yeah.
it works, right?
Yeah.
Not the purpose.
Yeah, like this ain't about us.
No, it's not about us.
It's not about me. me.
It's kind of thing. You do it, I do it. We got paid the same, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like I can
Technically.
either do the gag or stand behind monitor and be like, yeah, babe, you look amazing.
Yeah,
Do you need
yeah.
a kiss on the forehead, a shin pad? Like, can I get you water?
Yeah. So
And I'm happy to do both.
a lot of times it's like we're trying to helping you a lot of actors, and they are willing to getting better as well.
Yeah.
So that when we telling them, hey, can you adjusting here and there for their own purposes, they listen, and that's where
It's exciting, isn't it?
yes,
Yeah.
Yeah, people need to
learn
feel cool. People want to feel badass.
Exactly.
Captain,
inspiring.
I was a lot of time I was training actors, and helping their development to learning choreos and serving the movies as well. And I think very grateful. I got a phone call from one of the cast, like a week after the premiere. He was calling me about like how grateful the preppings helped him.
Right.
That's so nice and rewarding.
Yeah, and then he felt better.
Yeah.
Health, like just in general
Right.
health wise, and
Oh really? Oh,
Yeah.
Okay. Wow, it's like
he was slightly on the older side.
Wait,
But
I
that's
do wanna-
amazing because it doesn't matter your age. If you like really work with someone that they're professional,
Yeah.
you can really enjoy doing something out of your comfort zone.
Yeah, it was good for him as like a good like gym sessions, but also at the same time that helping him to understand how he move stuff as well. So I was just really grateful. I got like personal phone call from him.
That is.
Yeah.
I mean, I've met you a little bit, not on a like movie set. I've seen your work, and I can tell that you're precious and very lovable. Like you are
No,
for a director, and I'm assuming for the cast as well. It is. We look at you and we're like, okay, I feel safe now.
Johnny is like the best team. I will say like Johnny is such a good, caring teammate. Like outside of just being a stuntman, like Johnny would make us food. Like Johnny's cooked for me like so many times. And that's what I'm saying, like vibe hires. Like
Yeah.
you want someone who's gonna make you snacks and like take care of you for 6 months.
At the same time, like if you work together for 6 months, you better make the process enjoyable.
Yeah.
And this
True.
way,
Exactly.
No,
Behind the
like-
scenes, yes, because sometimes it can be very hectic. Like you were saying, you were throwing up. Like why? People need to feel good when we're doing. We're doing a
Yeah.
nice thing. It's not like we're not risking lives. Like you guys might because you're stunt coordinators, but we're not doctors.
calculate risk.
Yes, calculate risk.
And from like what I gather with a lot of people that I've talked to who are like pretty much in the same age group, there's like a new wave I think of filmmakers that are coming in that are just like we've had to work under the shitty people, and I think we're all just kind of realizing like we make movies for a living, like we bring joy to people's lives. You know, like why does it have to be so crazy for
Yeah.
us?
No way. That's why you maintain that relationship. That's why we maintain that relationship. For me, having a DP that it was like cool and chill and had my back, and like I had her back when whatever she wanted, I was like that's why I wanna wake up and go on set.
Yeah.
You want to be having a good time. I mean, like obviously, like every movie needs, you have to cater to the
Yeah.
environment
Sometimes,
of that movie, right? Like,
we're
Yeah,
it's time to go. It's time to call
exactly.
action. We're rolling. We're doing stunts today.
It's like when you say having a good time, it also means it's caring.
yeah.
That's producer care or
Yeah.
someone.
And respecting.
Yeah, you're
Right,
respecting.
yeah.
Respecting my time and your time. At the
Exactly.
same time, yeah.
I think it's just a societal thing too,
Yeah.
where we're kind of going through this weird overhaul of how we take care of each other.
Exactly.
Also for the future filmmakers that is listening or watching this podcast, please feed your crew well.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hire Johnny Wayne to cater.
Yes.
But like
I so agree.
yes,
Yeah.
like everyone's the most fun part on set, besides all the headache and the only thing they're looking for is caterings and snacks and food. Small or big budget or small budget, as much as food is just so important on set. Yeah, it's just like did a few shows that got hired, like food is bad and you can tell that everyone.
Was that the taco?
No, not that show. But like me personally went to few shows and you can tell the whole crew has some dark cloud in their heads.
Some dark clouds.
Like everyone just like
bad juju. Their digestive systems just like shit.
Yeah, you gotta feed people.
Exactly.
Well.
It gives them energy. It
Especially
gives
that
them.
we have 12-hour days. Like we're the one
Yeah,
of
what
the few
is this?
We're
Why
the
are
one
there
of the few
12-hour
industry
days?
that like makes us work like insane shifts
Yeah.
and like don't even get me started about overnights. Like,
Yeah.
you know, if
Or
your food's
like-
not good on an overnight,
Man, I'm
Fuck
telling you,
you,
I threw up
like-
22 times after 6 months of
Yeah.
overnights.
yeah.
Or like what,
Wow.
12-hour days or even 10-hour days.
Yeah.
Before everyone wrapped, like, hey, everyone grab a slice of pizza,
Yeah.
you know.
Oh, yeah.
Like a 12 bucks of pizza.
Yeah.
Yes, it costs money, but it's like
Yeah.
how
Yeah.
much in a way, right?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
You can work around that.
Anyway, we were talking about a
We
movie.
were
Yeah,
talking about
no, I'm talking about food.
That's good. Too.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, I know.
Should we do
That's
the
wrong me all the
questions?
time.
Yeah, let's do the question.
If you had to assemble an Avengers team of fictional characters to help you through a problem/task, who's on the team and what roles would they play? All right, Johnny, what do you want? What should our problem be for our team? Let's make a team together. What do we think? An apocalypse team?
Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
How many do we get?
Let's say 5.
Okay.
Okay, 5. Should we like take limits? Let's get creative. We're no superheroes.
Yeah.
Oh wow, I love that.
Okay, like, cause then, like I said, it's just all I need is Superman. Fulfills every need.
Okay. Okay.
Done and done.
Laura Croft.
Laura Croft. All right, that's a good one.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh
okay.
my god, I haven't thought of her in a while.
Yeah, I know.
Ooh, any Samuel L. Jackson character. Maybe Snakes on a Plane. Samuel L. Jackson.
Yeah. That's
That's a good one.
Yeah, it's a
with
good-
Lara Croft.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
good one.
I enjoy
Ooh, what's that Vin Diesel movie? Triple X.
Triple X.
Triple X.
We need to find a person who can find the food.
Of course.
Julia Child.
Who can hunt?
What about Edward from Twilight? He can hunt.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's a good one.
I didn't think of that.
Robert Pattinson sounds like a fun time to sure. We'll take Edward.
Yeah.
I like she's building a harem
Yeah.
while he's trying to find.
I'm
food.
gonna have pizza
I'm
the
trying to
apocalypse.
survive, okay?
I just want to be protected by handsome men.
Okay.
Maybe one's a vampire. You know, gotta live out that high school fantasy. You know, I read Twilight a whole lot.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Just take a whole team from Ocean 11.
Oh, that'd be fun. We
There
can
you
have
go.
like the jazz music and stuff.
Yeah.
That's fun. Brad Pitt's always eating
yeah,
something.
Yeah, you got entertainers, you got
Yeah.
mechanics,
Oh, that's true.
explosive. Yeah, that's
That's
good
good.
team.
Okay, who else? Who
I
else?
mean, you have more than 5.
I know,
Oh,
but
yeah.
I want to keep going. That's the good one.
I would just take Ocean 11 people.
You just want Ocean's 11 people
Yeah.
and Laura Croft.
Yeah, that's
And
good
you
enough.
want your Superman, your Edward Norton vampire.
Edward Norton.
Sorry, Pattinson. Sorry.
You know what though? I did have like a whole sexual awakening around Fight Club and Step Up when I was like 13 or 14. Okay. Sorry, this is getting off the rails. I'm single. We're doing this for 2 hours.
Here is her Instagram account.
Someone DM
Send a
me. If
DM.
you're hot, you have a job. DM me, okay?
I like how the baseline is like
You're hot.
Oh, is that on top or is that on bottom?
And a car and an apartment of your own.
You are adding things.
I know, I'm asking a lot
Yes.
of the men
Yes.
in my generation. I really
Yeah.
am. And also, like, some emotional availability would be great, but, like, you know.
Bring chocolate and flowers.
Money would be
Okay.
great. You know, you would, like I said, a job. You'll ask me about my feelings, like, occasionally. Bar's very low.
I love it. If you could cameo in any movie, which
I know
one would
this.
it be, and what role would you play?
Ocean's 11.
Honestly, that's
I'll
not a
replace
bad
that Asian guy.
So Johnny's the Asian guy in Ocean's 11. You would actually be a dead-ass double for him, too. Like, that's the worst part.
No,
Can you fold yourself that way? Because, like, that's the real question.
I will make it. Just to be in that movie.
You know...
I might not fold it back.
Yeah, you right. And
Only
Johnny's
one
probably
Asian
like, what's
character.
the silliest reason you've ever had for not liking a movie?
Oh.
I hate The Revenant. It's not even a silly reason. I don't hate it because it's like, I don't want to put that energy out there because I don't like feel that strongly about anything. And you know what though? It's like, I've seen it once, it was boring, but I think I just really dislike it because my old roommate, who's one of my best friends, fucks with like, he loves
Yeah.
this movie.
Oh.
And I think I don't like it because it's morally more fun for him to be like, how do you not? It's so good. It's so you have terrible taste in movies. And I'm like, yeah, it just sucks. I don't know what to tell you. It's boring. Like Leonardo DiCaprio is like fighting a fucking digi-double of a bear. Like, this is a fun
Wait,
game.
you have to answer her.
Oh yeah, good. So
Alright,
for this
I'm
one,
gonna-
Kung Pao, the movie Kung Pao, It is so bad. I actually took a nap in the middle of the movie in order to go back to watch it because it was a 90 minutes of Chinese traditional kung fu movie, but actually there's a white guy in it.
Oh. No one
But-
wants to see white people doing kung fu the whole time.
No, but then he voiced over the whole movie.
Oh.
What?
And by the end, he using two I think it was
Never
the
heard of this movie. By
yes,
the way.
it was the two rats, and he make a nunchucks out of it,
What?
and then fighting a cow shooting a milk out of it.
Oh, that's wild.
It's
We
so
need to
bad.
find this movie and watch it and do
Oh,
like a
Kung
live
Pao, yeah.
watch.
Which character from an animated film do you think would be the most fun to hang out with and why?
Animated film.
Oh, I have a good answer for you.
Okay.
All right. So, I've been told this by like 2 or 3 people that I remind them of anxiety from Inside Out.
Yeah.
So it's not like, because I want to pick a cool answer, like, some anime I watched or like some shit like that, but I'm just like, honestly, I've been told that I'm a lot like anxiety, and that movie made me understand myself a little bit better. Yeah, I talk really fast, and sometimes when my hair's up in the bun, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can see that.
Fuck you, man. You can see it, yeah.
It's outside the in, okay?
You're like, yeah, I'm looking from you. I'm looking at your insides from the outside.
Me, what? Big 5? The big
Big Hero 6?
The Big Hero
Oh,
6?
Big Hero 6.
Big
Yeah.
Five?
Big 5?
The sporting goods store?
Yes.
Sure, same thing.
Big Hero 6. Yeah, that's a very sweet movie.
Yes.
It is a sweet movie.
And then I can keep poking it.
Aww.
Okay, I love this game. We're gonna answer all these damn questions.
Sure. What's the worst piece of advice you heard given to you or any...
Aspiring creative.
Aspiring creative.
Yeah, sometimes your handwriting is a little hard to read.
Is it good?
So,
I remember early years. Holy shit, people can trace this. Learn how to fight, don't learn how to act.
Ooh, that's a bad one.
learn
Really
how to
bad.
fight and then
That's
learn
terrible.
To act.
We are just
For
actors.
stunt performers. Like it was a stunt class, and then it was literally the advice was don't learn how to act. Like learn how to fight better. Don't learn how to fight. How to act. Sorry. Yes.
Oh, interesting.
Why
Yeah,
is
did
that
somebody
though?
just
That's
messing
a
with
very-
you? Did they not like you?
No, it was just it was open class. No open class.
It was,
It was like
Who told you this? Name names!
I'm
Drop
gonna
the
give you this
T!
advice, but it's really for Johnny.
no.
They were just like, I just want
to.
to see him fail.
No, yeah, it was. Now I think about it, I was like, technically we're part of acting, actor.
Yes.
That's
or
all being a
actress,
fight
right?
person
Yeah.
is acting and also like not looking terrible when you throw a
Yeah.
punch.
Yep.
That's
Yeah.
why sometimes I'm saying people in this industry, they're not knowledgeable. Or they don't ask questions. Like you said before something.
I feel like it was also just like that probably came from the cowboy era where they're like, we're gonna get on our motors. Yeah,
It
it's
was
probably
the-
some
it was old school.
old
Yes,
school
yes.
cowboy.
Yes.
I'll put my money on it. Yeah, when like, cause it's like fights didn't really get this intensive. Like they didn't really start creatives until like The Matrix. You know,
Yeah.
like they didn't like that was really like a defining moment for fight movies.
Yes.
And then things got like, like obviously in a Hong Kong cinema, like the Chinese people and over in Asia, they've been knowing, they've been doing it for 100 years. We stole everything we knew from them.
Yes.
You know, but yeah, I guess like in the 70s in America, they were just jumping cars and cannon rolling, and riding horses, and like I
Riding
said,
horses
doing
and-
copious amounts of drugs, like in the
Yeah.
bathroom.
Wow.
America.
America, yeah. All right. If you could invite 3 fictional characters to a dinner party, who would they be?
Fictional. Okay.
I know, part of me is like, all right, do I want to have a good time? Do I want to like run this like a
Is
an
it a
episode
serious
of
dinner?
Yeah,
Or
like what do you
picnic?
think? Is this an episode of The Bachelorette? Like, what are we doing here? You know what I mean? Like,
What
what's
episode? I want to know the one
Yeah.
about the episode of The Bachelorette.
All right, you want to know
Yes,
who I'm
yes.
trying to date
Yes,
fictionally?
yes.
Okay. Okay.
God, my standards are just like, I don't know.
We've already put it out there that we're looking for someone for you, so I think we need to now.
I want a prince. I told dead ass. My mom was like, my mom came to visit me, and she was like, oh my god, like grandbabies, and I'm just like, mom, like, and I'm like, mom, I'm gonna be honest. If a man's gonna be in my life, he better be a literal fucking prince.
Yeah.
Otherwise, like, I don't know. I'm
Yeah.
gonna like, you're not getting grandchildren.
So
basically,
which
is what
prince
I told
from
her.
Disney?
Yeah.
Oh, we're gonna do Disney princes.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
let's make this. Oh my god, easy peasy. Captain Shang from Mulan.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah!
We're all in agreement.
We're all like, yeah, that was a good
straight.
one.
Like no doubt, like
Also, that's probably the best animated Disney
So hot.
princess movie. Like,
Yeah, it's
it's
so
my
good.
fave.
And he's so hot.
Yeah.
Like,
Good looking guy.
I know. I don't know. I don't know. Not a lot. I know a lot of like the '80s girlies have a thing for like Robin Hood the Fox. I
No,
don't.
Wow.
no.
But I do know, like, I've seen a lot of memes being like, "This was my sexual awakening." And I was just
Really?
like, "Oh,
That's
that's interesting."
interesting.
Oh, no,
That's
thank
interesting.
you.
That's interesting. All right, yeah. Let's go with animated guys I would like to date.
Not animals.
Not animals.
Humans.
Humans. Humans.
Simba.
Okay,
Right,
back
right.
to the dinner.
Okay, great. So Captain Chang's coming.
Okay.
Yeah.
This has just turned into Fuck, Marry, Kill. Anyway.
Yeah.
Debut episode of the Love Island. Dinner was clean.
Great. So we're getting me a prince. I love that for me. I don't know who else is hot and animated.
I mean, I have one in mind.
Give me third.
Kokum from Pocahontas.
Oh, Coco! Yo, the
Oh my
way
God.
she chose this basic white man over Coco.
Exactly.
It's crazy
It
work.
is crazy.
Yeah.
It's
Oh my
crazy.
god, I have to like go down in the archives of my brain to pull the images of Pocahontas.
Should I marry
Yeah.
Coco?
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Yes, bitch!
Yes,
Yes, bitch!
There is no question about
What are you doing with the two paw prints and the hair and like he can hunt? Like there's our hunter.
Yeah.
There you go.
You know what I mean?
Okay, we have that. And
Okay, we
the
like
second-
Coco. Do we think Goku? No, Goku got some 5th grade shit. I don't know. He's just kind of a boy. He's
Who?
kind of lame though.
Goku.
Goku,
Dragon Ball.
Dragon Ball Z.
I.
He's not really a prince.
Yeah.
He's poor.
No, but you wanna
Not
go-
to be that girl, but to be that girl.
Okay.
You know, Cocoam has land.
Yeah, that's true. But they still eat from. But it's okay.
I don't know if I really want to like live in the
I mean-
I don't know. I might like
Well,
it though. They
maybe-
probably have like hella ayahuasca and stuff. I was like
That is
Hercules because I have a
hot.
thing for like.
Hercules.
Yeah, I have a thing for like giant muscly guys.
Okay.
Hercules.
Hercules is good.
Wait, what's anyone another suggestion?
I'm trying to think, like who else is in?
What's white?
Hulk.
Hulk. Jafar. Come on,
Red Hulk.
Jafar is gay.
Is he really?
Yes.
Red Hulk.
Please eat a prince of boo boo. Yeah, girl. Like he wears a jewel. He has a parrot. Like, come on, Jafar is gay. I stole that joke from Mateo Lane, but like Mateo's
Okay, no,
That
just
gives me
about
so much perspective now. All right, well, Aladdin.
Aladdin.
He needs to work out a little bit more.
Yeah,
for you.
maybe he's I
Maybe
can
the
get
genie.
him
I can see him with the genie.
Yes,
Oh, the genie.
The genie can get everything out of
Because he can transform into
Everything.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah.
That's our prince.
But he can get you all.
I told my mom I was
married.
marrying a prince. We already have Hercules, dude.
Oh yeah.
He can take me to Mount Olympus.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah.
You know, that's a castle. You know, they have like.
He's not only a prince, he's a demigod.
He's a demigod.
Yeah.
This is what I'm saying. Up your standards, ladies. It's 2025. If he wanted to, he would be a demigod. I'm not that desperate. I'm just like kind of talking shit. I'm perfectly happy being on my own. Oh, shut up. You know what, man? I deserve nice things.
If you could swap lives with another character from a movie or show for a week, who would it be and what would you do? Captain Jack Sparrow.
Oh,
That's a good.
Oh,
I like that
I like that.
answer.
I would like to.
What would I do? Anything. Ooh.
A lot of stunts in it. A lot of stunts.
This is what I'm saying. Like, there's stunts. It's not just like, all right, here's a 100-beat fight. Like, we love that.
Yeah.
Love a 100-beat fight. But like,
Why?
I know why.
Why?
Why? Because I'm trying to be respectful of my peers who like that kind of shit.
Yeah. Okay. That notes.
On that note, let's anything that you're working on right now and you wanna share about it or where
We can find you guys.
You can find me at hoogie.boogie on Instagram. I have a Vimeo channel. I have a Facebook.
Find her.
Find me.
She's single.
Single.
Slip your DM in.
Yeah.
Single, but I am curbing these men. You should see me on the Facebook dating app. I just go there to be like, no, awful, no, terrible.
episode
You can find her on Tinder.
You actually can't. I'm on Raya.
Bumble?
Though. I'm on Raya because
Oh,
I'm
Raya,
fancy.
okay.
Actually, I
Okay.
think I paused it because I was like,
that
nobody.
sucks though. Raya is horrible.
Raya sucks.
I'm not the
Raya, get it together.
Yeah.
Why does no one hang out with me when I message them on Raya?
No, but
what is that?
no one talks on Raya.
Yeah,
No
what
one-
is that? Why
I
am I
don't
paying
know.
$20 a month?
Exactly. I stopped it.
I stopped it too. I was just like,
Johnny, where can we find you?
What,
Raya as well.
I'm off market.
Good to
no,
know.
he's happily taken.
Yes. Find me on Instagram. I will be under Johnny X Mall. You can Google me. You will find all my informations.
I'm on IMDb and all the stunt listing sites.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the same here.
Well, thanks for coming.
Yeah,
guys.
thank you for
guys
having
had
us.
so
This
much
was
fun.
fun.
It was so
Yeah.
much fun.
I'm so excited for your dating life now.
Oh my god.
I wanna know.
Should this be the podcast now?
Yes.
I just go back and be like, alright, so
Yes.
I went on the dating apps and this was horrible.